Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Must be a good feeling to be talking about a film this amazing.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the film?
No.
No way.
No.
Have you seen bits of it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But you haven't seen it as a whole. It's quite an experience.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. When you first read the Stieg Larsson books, did you immediately think, I have to play Lisbeth Salander?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Was it just straight away? Yeah.
You know, I didn't let myself read them until I knew I had a good shot at getting it, because I know, you know, I can be quite obsessive, and I knew that I would just be obsessed with it, and that I would be that much more devastated if I didn't get the part. So
yeah.
I read them when I knew I had a really good shot at it, and I immediately was obsessed with it. And
right.
Couldn't imagine not doing it.
And what was it like when you got the call? Did David Fincher call you himself? And what was that moment like when you found out you had it?
He didn't call me. You know, they called me in. I thought I was getting called in to do another screen test, and I was quite annoyed by that, because it had been over 2 months of screen testing, and I was kind of, you know, ready for that. I was like, you have to make a decision, you know. You either know that I'm her or not. I've done enough to prove it to you.
Yeah.
But David called me into his office, and he sort of gave me this long speech about all of the bad things that would come to whoever played this part. All of those things that are possible. You know, there's good, but there's also a lot of baggage that could come with it.
Yeah.
So he gave me this sort of long speech about it, and then he handed me his iPad, and it had the press release on it that I was going to be playing the part.
Wow. And what was that feeling like when you saw that there?
It was pretty incredible. You know, his speech was really incredible, and I really respected the fact that he sort of laid it all out for me. He told me the good and the bad, and then he, you know, showed me the press release, and he said, I'm prepared to send this out at 10 o'clock, and you have a half an hour to really think about it and decide if that's what you want.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned how much you went to, you know, the lengths you went to prove it. I know you researched the role, well, you know, very obsessively, as you say. Can you talk me through some of the things you did? I know you went to Sweden. How much did you get ensconced in this character?
You know, it was really, there was a lot that went into it. There was a lot of research. I did a lot of reading and watching movies, and you know, a lot of physical training, the motorcycle, the kickboxing, the skateboarding, the dialect. There's a lot that went into it.
Yeah. And you really own the character. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible to see, and I absolutely love the character. You know, I just think she's amazing. So to see it come to life like this is incredible. But obviously now there's already this, you know, this talk of Oscar buzz and so forth. Do you find that a negative thing, even though obviously it's very flattering? Do you find that it's a hindrance almost?
I don't know. You know, you never think about that when making a movie, and certainly a movie like this, we just never thought of it as that kind of movie. And you know, of course, it's very flattering, and it's only a good thing. But it's also, you just don't really think about it. It's a very political process, and you just can't really think about that when making a movie or when it's coming out, because, you know, we just hope that the audience loves it, and that's really what's the most important to us.
Absolutely. And what are the plans for the rest of the Millennium Trilogy? Are you planning on doing them if it's all happening? And
we have to wait and see.
Right. Okay.
If you go see the movie, then
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will definitely go and see it again. And what was it like? What was the relationship like between you and Fincher? Obviously, you know, you've got to know each other very well in the process. What's he like to work with as a director?
It's incredible working with David. You know, I would do just about anything for him, and he's incredible. He's very collaborative and supportive, and you know, he works harder than anyone I've ever seen. Yeah.
And was there any moment where the content of the book worried you? The fact that obviously you talked about, I guess, the negative connotations that David was talking about was the press side of it, and the you know, the possibility of being typecast and all that kind of thing. But what about the fact that it's such a strong content with the sex scenes and the violence? Was that ever a worry for you?
No, you know, and David also did talk about that. He whenever he was giving me that speech, he did say, you know, you're going to have to go, if you do this, you're going to have to leave your life. You're going to have to go and be alone, and it's going to be hard, it's going to be lonely, and you're going to have to sort of forget about your friends and family for a while. And so I felt very prepared going into it, and I never would have fought as hard as I did for the part if I wasn't prepared to do all those things.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time. It's really lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And,